And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome. You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey there, Libra, and happy birthday. Welcome to Koi Place Tarot. My name is Koi, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. What we're looking at in this round of reads is going to be your career read for the month of October. Your birthday season, I've already had Libras in my life tell me, yeah, this is what it is. So in your career read, trying to examine opportunities, ventures, partnerships, things you want to go on and invest our labor into, the things you want to work for, and the outcomes you want to see. So as a preamble to this style of read, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times when it's tough to hear, that might be the time that we gotta sit and listen, right? As your tarot card reader, we're never purposely misguide you. That ain't what I do. That's not the purpose behind why I do this at all. So follow along with me in this read today, Libra. And yeah, let's see what these cards say. Show us the cards that we need to see, please, for Libra in the read. We're going to do time-based orientations. First, we start with the past. What do we need to see, please, for Libra in their career read month of October? First, looking at the past orientation. Yeah. In your past, Queen of Swords. Okay. What do we know to be a hard line of truth here? Queen of Pentacles. Okay. And the Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. So, yeah. I don't want to call this like, offensive or off of putting energy, Libra. That's not what's going on here. We have the Queen of Swords and Queen of Pentacles, two elemental rulers, both trying to see the finer things in life. One says, with the Queen of Swords, here's the hard line, here's the matter-of-fact things, here's where it stands. The Queen of Pentacles now saying, what does comfortability and maximization look for me in terms of a workspace or an environment? And the Ace of Pentacles, maybe it looks like something else elsewhere, right? The past orientation of this Libra is saying, if y'all ain't gonna appreciate me, I could just leave. Right? Well, I'm looking very much at a Libra who's like trying to put their foot down and say, no, I know there could be better things out there for me. I have my reasons for staying, but also there is new opportunity awaiting. And that's not a threat, it's a promise, right? I cannot, negate the needs of myself, the value of my work, everything that I do, and just say, okay, here's where it's at, here's where it's not. Where are we going with this? Got it? And honestly, it's very fair. It's not, you're not trying to threaten anybody. You're not trying to like leverage or trying to manipulate people or on the situation. You're just calling a spade a spade. If I'm not going to be appreciated here, I can move on. Got it. In the present, what of the here and now? Show the cards that we need to see, please, for Libra in this reading. What is held in the space of the here and now for their career? Because again, that's just such a bold statement to open up with, especially in your past orientation, of saying, nah, I could leave. I know you're not ready for that, but this Libra is going to be out of here. In the present, the Wheel of Fortune, the understanding that things can and do in fact change with time. How so? Queen of Wands, finding a situation that we want to embrace properly. Page of Pentacles. Okay, so how do we make our words match our actions? Got it. And I think I'm going to find out inevitably more about this. There was a hesitancy to make that measure up. I'm going to be completely honest about that, Libra. And that's not to call you fake or inconsistent. It actually says the exact opposite. We can know something intellectually and say, hey, there are new hours out there, and not be in the space to be fully ready to take that leap or what it means. Here, at least right now that whatever got proven to you that pushed you more out of that space, we're now looking at a president that says, well, what does it mean to actually embrace that on my own terms? right? I know I am a top quality candidate for what I'm seeking and what I'm doing. Good. I'm not trying to argue with that at all. I, in fact, very much agree with you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been so bold in the past. But in the present, now when it comes to actually embracing what that means, you got to toe dip. You got to at least try. And that's the vibe that, you're building up right now, is that if I'm to trust this process and match all the things I say, when we make threats promises, we mean them, right? It is not to say that I'm flippant, that I am careless in what I'm doing, but to say, no, I've already said to whatever this opportunity or these people were in this career that, hey, if things don't shape up, I'm going to leave. Now that I'm very much in an emotional and intellectual space of saying, no, everything that I thought would go wrong did go wrong. Haha, good at my analysis. What does it mean to actually try to aim for that? What does that genuinely mean to put myself in that position to eventually get up and go? Okay. It means that we have to trust that which we do not see immediately. Whereas there was a factual statement back here, now there's the effort on your behalf to match up to that statement. And it's not simply to say, oh, my accolades do all the work for me. That's not what I'm saying at all, Libra. What I am saying is that beyond the accolades that I have, back then I stated something of fact of, hey, who's going to do this if I wasn't here? And now in the present, okay, well, regardless of who's going to be in that position, it doesn't feel like me anymore. So I got to try to move on. Okay, got it. We're trying to make ourselves match everything that we already affirmed to be true. Cool. Future orientation. Real cards that we need to see, please, in the future for Libra in this read. Nope. Unless it's a tail, I don't take. Show us the cards that we need to see, please. Future orientation for Libra in their career. Because again, very bold statement that we started off with. And now I think there were other things that you had to see to just affirm, confirm whatever you needed to Libra to say, yeah, I actually got to, move on. So in the future, 4 of Wands, okay. Great boundaries being set, particularly in a situation that we want to be in. The Emperor, card of Aries, we're making a decision. How so? Temperance, card of Sagittarius. Knowing that things can heal with time. But this measures of that. Okay, so no, that makes sense. You're still very much open to, again, you want to actually move. That's pretty much obvious here, but I do not see the temperance as regressive, right? Because I'm like, okay, well, what would we have to heal from if we're saying that we're actually trying to measure up? No, we're actually trying to understand very well how we don't regress, and even more so, how we put ourselves in the best position to enable a future that we want, right? I'm looking at Libra who, the past, I said what I said. These are the facts. You don't want me here. Cool. I can bounce. Present. Okay. Well, how do we make that decision firm? Because I'm only getting proven that water is wet. It's very much a clear linear path here. In the future, okay, I'm setting healthy boundaries. I'm doing what I said I would do. I'm moving in all the ways I said would be necessary for me. And I can actually self-actualize in this way. That is what I'm seeing. Not a regression of, okay, well, we got to go back on, maybe I wasn't being totally honest. No, you still feel the same as that way. But let's not get it twisted, Libra, where I'm looking at somebody who, no, I said what I said. I'm not going back on that. That was your entire past orientation. Now more towards the future. Okay, how do I not betray myself? It's by beyond understanding that I'm a well-accomplished, well-versed, well-accolade, heavy person, the ideal person that a lot of people will want on the job site or whatever that means to you. We're not looking at, and what does it mean for me to be okay with me? That when I make these statements, when I make these bold claims, when I, put my foot on the ground, I stay there. I draw that line in the sand. Okay, underneath it all. 2 of Pentacles, trying to make things balance out, right? And here, I'm reading that as, okay, especially in your present tense of, am I too afraid to make that leave? Was I, just being bold, brash, and angry in the moment? or what does it mean to actually embody that, right? That's something that we're debating, also trying to understand how these emotions come up within us, even in the present moment. So let's look at the connective energies. Show us the cards that we need to see, please. The things that bridges the gap between the time-based orientations for Libra in this read. First, we define what is held between the past and the present. Between what was and what is right now, show Libra the cards that we need to see, please, in this read. So, how to make the right investment? Okay, we can understand something might be better in a different format or somewhere else. Now, what does that mean to actually embody that properly? The devil, okay, I knew that would come up eventually. We're gonna hold off on that. Two of Swords. Okay, so beyond making bold statements and claims, what does it mean to actually back it up, right? I don't think that it's regression to just look back and try to measure our behavior, Libra. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that this opportunity is actually meant to teach you that there are bigger and better things out there. Now, from the past to the present, because that was the biggest debate of why I saw such a bold claim, and then it got so minimized with that Page of Pentacles right there of like, yeah, we can just move on to, well, maybe I didn't put in that 2 weeks, right? It was such a, this big, bold claim that got minimized down so much. And it's because of the doubts of what we have to do in that process of manifestation and creation, right? You said very boldly and very plainly and very bluntly in the past that, hey, I could leave at any time and there are better offers for me out there, just so you know. Now, what does that mean to actually invest into that? What does that mean to actually do that? Here, that devil started to kick in of just saying, what were you doing? What were you thinking? Why did you act in that way? Because the devil ultimately tells us things that we don't like about ourselves, right? It's not saying that emotion wasn't valid or true. It just says, well, why did you have to say that out loud? And the King of Pentacles there between the past and the present saying, okay, what does it mean to match up to our words? Right? If we're saying we're going to leave, what does leaving look like? Right? So was our fear keeping us confused and behind that Two of Swords? Or was it something deeper trying to tell us, no, we have to actually understand why we feel so frustrated and why we're ready to leave so that we can actually put ourselves into motion instead of just debating, like going back to the job and being mad after we had a blow up last week. That's not really helping us. It's not doing us any good or any favors. Okay. Between the present and future orientation. Oh, I like that. Okay, we're going to keep that to the side for now. Between the present and future orientation for Libra in this reading, we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Tree of Life, the foundation of everything that we want to do between our present and future. Show us the cards that we need to see, please, between what is right now and what will be. Again, I don't think that voice of discontent and anger, even if it was, dripping with a little bit of sharp edges right here, I don't think it came out of nowhere, Libra. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when it actually left our mouth, what we said in that meeting or that in that conversation, no, we meant it. There's a long building frustration back there saying, hey, yeah, it's nice here, but it could be better somewhere else. It's almost like you're trying to affirm it with yourself right now. Between the present and the future, Justice, card Libra, you, and putting you first. How so? Five of Swords. Okay, so how do we do this better? And I like that a lot. Let me explain. The Ten of Pentacles, let me make a fan right here. The Ten of Pentacles, representing that Tree of Life and everything that goes into it, all the experiences that we have, the culmination of our knowledge, our wisdom, and what we apply. No, I said what I said for a reason. Was I ready to fully back it up in that moment? Maybe, maybe not. But it doesn't change the fact that that came out of me almost uncontrollably because it needed to. I needed to say that. And so between the present of, trying to trust the process of moving on from this, no matter how convenient it is, and the future where, everything is healthy and put into good measurement, we're asking ourselves, hey, what do I do and where do I go? Because that Five of Swords is trying to drag us back again, back into that devil energy that we have in our transitory space, of saying, no, you can only do this wrong. You're not doing it right. We are just going to mess this up. And I think a lot of that challenge comes before transformation, which is where you in the middle pop out. Justice, those scale bearers saying, yeah, if I put all things into perspective, even if I make an apology for what I say, it doesn't change what I feel on the inside right now. Can't regress in that manner. And so if I'm to say what I said in the past of, yeah, I could move on, well, then maybe this is also my internal spirit, my internal drive trying to tell me, yeah, you gotta move. Just throwing that out there underneath it all. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, a new opportunity awaits. Because at the end of the day, I think we said this from a, very kind of cruel knowledge base of, okay, I'm a good candidate for whatever I want to do. Now it's coming to a space of, no, I'm embodying all of that. Me moving out wasn't just a theory, it's becoming a practice. And again, it's showing up again and again in this read. So define the major arcana strewn across the table for Libra in their career read. Define deeper these major arcana. We first start with this Wheel of Fortune. What does it mean to actually trust the process and believe that things can change in our betterment with time? What are the cards we need to see please for Libra in this read? We start here. Because true trust actually means having faith in the process that things can change. Okay, I get that. I totally get that. It's not just about saying you're the best in your field. It's about actually looking somewhere else. Because we can know how good we are. I don't have to tell other people how good I am at tarot. Most people who I do reads for, they know it. That's why they come back. But there's also the notion of, hey, if I'm saying I am, all that in a bag of chips, then time to go show how good that taste is, right? Time to go show why I'm top shelf material. Maybe this is your, final push out of saying, nah, I'm not going to let this slide anymore. Let me leave. To the Wheel of Fortune. Nine of Cups. That if I actually go through with this, if I move on from whatever this statement was in the past, and I'm in a present of trying to find what that means to me, trying to find what that overall fulfillment is, then it can be found. It can be found with ease. But I gotta be brave enough to make that step. Okay, next, I saw the Emperor first. Chariot, the card of Cancer. And so I take the Chariot here because it can hold all emotionality at once. I am seeing that as, no, we're taking our decisions, we're taking our risks, we're making our decisions, and we're saying, yeah, we're sticking with them. I said this in the past. I would kind of regress from it a little bit because I just had a moment to sit down and realize how much pent-up anger and frustration I had. But in the future, no, I'm just going to say it. I have no reason to hold on to that level of discomfort and malice and discontent. That's not going to be helpful to anybody, especially not me. To the Temperance, Four of Cups. And so from all our dissatisfaction and disappointment that built up over time, we heal when we admit to ourselves what we're actually feeling. Not pretending anymore that things are just going to be okay. To the Devil, the card of Capricorn, Nine of Swords, and I knew that was going to come out eventually. Okay, so defining that Devil, it was all of our worst nightmares, right? The things that we didn't want to say out loud, the things that were pent up, building up, the things that kept us back and locked us in place. Well, it doesn't change what you knew to be facts. That's why you said what you said in the past, Libra. But it was, you started to notice just how much not only your internal anxiety of losing this opportunity or this position originally was, but the notion of, well, what happens if I'm not good enough? And I will say that once we let our malice and our discontent just fester inside of us, it'll often transform into fear. Right? Because it doesn't change the fact that we feel it on the inside, whatever feeling is going on, is that it has nowhere to go, so it just points at yourself, right? What was a logical analysis that you made very true and blunt back here, Libra, turned into, do I trust what I even say at this point? And the answer is yes, you do. But between what was and what now is, I think part of you had to say that out loud to get the wheels turning, get that wheel of fortune spinning, right? And hop on that journey, whatever it meant for you, to say, no, that's the first time I ever said how much I hate this right now out loud. And that was the most cathartic and best thing I could have done. It's just to let everybody know how much I need to go. That was my own personal reminder to me that I need to go. Okay, to justice, Page of Cups. And so, in finding balance and finding me again, I get reminded of the little things that make me happy, right? I don't balance all my emotionality at once and just try to say, okay, I gotta be perfect, I gotta be this, I gotta be that. But I am saying that I remember why I do the things that I do. I remember that that wasn't just this idea that I threw out to lash out at people. No, it was my truth. I had to be reminded of my own voice at times. Okay, let's get a crossing energy. 3 of Cups. Okay, so the notion of reunion. How so? King of Wands. Let us do right with the opportunities that we can make and the bonds that we connect with people with. Okay, I can understand that. I relate. So, at least from what I'm seeing right now, Libra, you're not just saying I'm good at what I do. You're actually starting to prove it to yourself. No amount of titles that you have is giving you that satisfaction. Your satisfaction is being brave enough to take that step and move forward. Okay, I get it. Resolution. The card's resolution for Libra. What's a Libro? Libros. Show us the cards that we need to see, please, for Libra in this career read, in the space of resolution. What is held in resolution for Libra in this read? Resolution, there is the Fool, a new beginning awaits. Yes, we're brave enough to make our leaps. We are brave enough to go for it. And I'm just happy for you, Libra, because again, I didn't want you to regress at all. Now that we're getting to a space of comfortability, now we're saying we're not regressing anymore. Yeah, we are making our decisions and we're going with them. 9 of Pentacles, separation, wave of more so autonomy and freedom. And the Libra is out of there. Good. I like to see this because at some points in the read, I was like, oh no, are we going to regress? No, we just had to make sure we remembered how to walk. We remembered how to move in the ways that are suited for us. We don't just say things outside of our mouth, talk outside of our neck. No, we say it and we mean it. And when we mean it, we're gone. Underneath it all, 6 of Cups. Here, the nostalgia and the beauty of remembrance of who you are and what you want to do. Overall, in your read today, Libra, this is such a nice read. For your career read, I'm looking at somebody who they may have felt that they said some unprofessional and, very brash things at one point that was actually the spark of the catalyst, whatever that activation energy was for you, Libra, that actually pushed you to move on in the ways that you know is best for yourself. Right? Yes, those anxieties, those fears, those nightmares, everything started to come into, really started to come out, but that's because you held on to it for so long. And maybe those fears try to show you, okay, well, we said it, now we got to back it up. The moment that we said whatever we said in the past, Libra, that moved us into a journey of actually, now that I've acknowledged what's been burning in me for a few months or some years, I don't even see a time frame here. I just know somebody was mad. I'm now actually able to say for myself, no, I'm finally able to put me first, to center me, to know what I mean and mean what I say. In the future, we don't look back. We find our new beginnings. Win, lose, or draw through separating and standing on what we said. First I said I'm gone, and next you see me leave. I hope this conversation helped, Libra. And yeah, this is such a great read, but you'll get there. One step at a time, don't regress, put what you feel first and try to understand it. Take care, okay? I'll see ya.